Advanced property taxation. Property investment remains one of the most effective ways to build long-term wealth, but the tax rules are complex, evolving, and often misunderstood. The difference between an average portfolio and a highly profitable one is rarely the property itself. It is the tax strategy behind it. At Holland & Co. Chartered Accountants, we specialize in proactive property tax planning. We help investors structure their portfolios efficiently, avoid costly mistakes, and maximize long-term returns. Free consultation. Book a free 30-minute consultation to review your property portfolio and tax position. Why tax planning matters. The tax landscape for property investors has changed significantly in recent years. Mortgage interest restrictions, higher SDLT charges, evolving capital gains rules, and increased HMRC scrutiny mean that poor planning can be expensive. Successful investors treat tax as a core part of their investment strategy, not an afterthought. Personal versus limited company ownership. Choosing the right ownership structure is critical. Personal ownership offers simplicity but can be less tax efficient for highly geared portfolios due to mortgage interest restrictions. Limited company ownership allows full interest relief and potentially lower tax rates, but introduces additional complexity, costs, and considerations when extracting profits. The right approach depends on your tax position, borrowing levels, growth plans, and long-term objectives. Section 24 Mortgage Interest Rules. Many higher-rate taxpayers now face tax on paper profits due to restrictions on mortgage interest relief. Strategic planning may include restructuring ownership, using joint ownership with spouses, modeling portfolio performance, or considering incorporation. Stamp duty, land tax, SDLT. SDLT is one of the most significant upfront costs and is often poorly planned. Effective planning before purchase can reduce exposure through correct structuring, use of reliefs, and consideration of mixed use or multiple dwelling rules. Once a transaction completes, options are limited. Specialist property strategies. Higher yield strategies such as furnished holiday lets, serviced accommodation, and HMOs bring different tax implications, including potential VAT exposure, capital allowances, and classification risks. These can be highly profitable, but only when structured correctly from the outset. Capital gains tax planning. Planning for disposal is just as important as acquisition. Strategies include timing disposals, structuring ownership between spouses, maximizing reliefs, and maintaining proper records. Early planning can significantly reduce tax liabilities. Incorporating a property portfolio. Transferring properties into a company can trigger SDLT and capital gains tax, as well as refinancing challenges. In some cases, incorporation relief may apply, but this depends on how the portfolio is operated. A detailed feasibility review is essential before proceeding. Inheritance tax and long-term planning. Property portfolios can create substantial inheritance tax exposure. Without planning, assets may need to be sold to meet liabilities. Structured planning can protect wealth, support succession, and maintain family control. Common investor mistakes. Purchasing without tax modeling. Mixing ownership structures without a strategy. Poor documentation of loans and ownership. Overlooking VAT risks. Failing to plan exits in advance. Ignoring inheritance tax exposure. Treating property investment as simple. Our approach. We go beyond compliance to provide strategic advice. Portfolio review and planning. Detailed tax modeling and projections, implementation and restructuring support, ongoing proactive tax advice. Who we support: first-time landlords, buy-to-let investors, portfolio landlords, HMO and serviced accommodation operators, property developers, family property businesses and partnerships. Our objective is clear: to help you increase profitability and retain more of your returns through effective, forward-thinking tax planning.